Lysandra and I were at the airport a couple months ago, and there were these two young girls. They were like 16 and 18, and they came and they're like, "Oh, hi, Lisa and Lysandra," and we're like, "You would have been 4 when we were on the block. How do you even know our name?" And they're like, no, we remember. I used to be Alisa and she used to be Lysandra.
Oh, I love that.
And then we have this other lady come up saying, "I named my cats after you. One's Alisa and one's Lysandra."
That's great.
From first steps to global scale,
Our Fearless Females podcast uncovers candid stories,
expert insights, and spotlights the women shaping the future of business.
from funding and mentorship
To mindset and scale,
these raw conversations deliver the practical tools
and powerful inspiration,
females need to think fearlessly.
and go further together. You'll hear today how Alisa Fraser turned a passion for great design and quality products into a thriving brand. But even the best ideas need backing, and that takes a little Westpac.
We're so proud to have Westpac as a sponsor of the Fearless Female podcast. Westpac's not just talking about supporting female entrepreneurs, they've committed $1 billion to actually do it. Getting access to finance early, it can be tough. And we've heard from so many women about this being a barrier to them chasing their dreams. I'm sure many of you listening can relate to being in that tough spot.
That's why Westpac's here for women who are taking something from the ground up to the next level. If you've got a business plan and budget projections, Westpac's Startup Business Loan can help you unlock up to $50,000 unsecured. Just search Westpac supporting female founders to learn more. Eligibility, credit criteria, fees and charges, T's and C's apply. General advice only.
Today, we are speaking with someone who's made a career out of transforming everyday life, both on screen and off. Alisa Fraser is the co-founder and CEO of al.ive Body, alongside her twin sister Lysandra, an Australian home and personal care brand designed to elevate daily rituals through thoughtful design, functionality and stability. Alisa's journey is remarkable. She began as a police officer, became a household name winning The Block alongside her twin sister Lysandra, and has since built a business that has sold over 2.2 million products and is stocked in more than 900 locations across Australia and New Zealand. With a social media following in the hundreds of thousands, she combines celebrity influence with entrepreneurial savvy, all while inspiring people to feel alive, grounded, and inspired every day. Welcome, Alisa, to the podcast.
Thanks, ladies.
It's so great to have you.
I know, we're so excited to have you here. Alisa, what's the first thing people say when they recognise you from The Block?
It's either, "Oh my gosh, you look so much younger in real life." And I'm like, "That was
nice
14
thing.
years ago."
Take that.
You're so much prettier in real life.
Oh my God, I love this. Keep it coming.
Yeah. Fantastic.
You haven't
These are
aged a
positive.
bit. I'm like, "Oh my God."
It's your new skincare routine.
It must
Yeah.
be. It must be. Yeah, 100%.
I love that. Excellent.
I love those. Well, I might be you sometimes.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. So you've moved from police officer to TV and now into your own business. So what is the common thread through all of these chapters?
Just that perseverance and needing to have a confidence about you.
Do you think it's your sister as well? Like one of the really unique parts of all of those three things is you've actually done all three with Lysandra.
Yeah.
Like that's a feat in itself, I think.
And I shared a womb with her.
Roomies from
It's
the
a
beginning.
lot, isn't it? And then I lived right next door to her, and we have a gate in the middle of our fence. So yes, it's a lot. Look, I think it probably just comes down to our upbringing and who we were and how we were raised, and yeah, that's what I truly believe. Like when you grow up with a single mum and in housing trusts, and you see how the other side lives, and you get exposed to that opportunity, whether it's, mum made sure that we went to a decent public school, and, we were very fortunate to grow up in family daycare where they were doctors and they had this amazing house, and they had so we were always exposed to that through sport. And I think going through all of that, and mum started business when we were 2 years old as well. So we grew up in entrepreneurship. And, it wasn't a thing back then. You didn't even really understand about it. So, but we were exposed to it from really early on, and we were exposed to the fact that nothing comes easy in life and you have to work really, really hard. And we apply that to everything that we do. So I used to be a manager at Cunningham's warehouse sales and Blue Lemon Baguette Bar when I was like 18, and I gave everything to it.
Yeah, that does not surprise me.
I think it's just something that we've just been brought up with.
Yeah, innate.
Yeah.
And every time we see you, you're just full of energy, pumped, just positive.
Thank
really
you. That's very kind. I think you mean exhausted and complaining all the time.
A lot happening. But positive.
Positive.
I would add swearing in there, but that's fine.
On a podcast, ladies. I don't swear.
So what's your go-to ritual each morning to start your day off right?
I get up every morning and I go to F45. Normally the 5:45 class. Work out.
That's so early.
And then I have to, and then I head into work and I get, an hour before everybody comes in. And then you know what it's like. As soon as you start work and everyone comes in, you feel like you don't achieve. You do, but you just don't get that quiet time to yourself. So I have to get up early. Otherwise, yeah. So it's definitely exercise for me.
Yeah. And is that sorting out your day or you're just completely tapping out? Like what?
Well, I catch up, like Lysandra and I do it together, and then our best mate. So it's actually a really good time for Lysandra and I to catch up on business.
Yes.
So it's like a meeting. I'm so sorry. Like we're always talking about business, but like we don't see each other.
She would love it
that much.
She would love it.
So it's to talk about whether it is business or something that's annoying you or something that you need to solve together or yeah.
But you're separate to your team, so you're covering everything without distraction.
Yeah.
So I first came across your profile when you made it onto the block in the reality TV show series, and I was like a massive what they call blockhead, and they still call fans blockheads because I've always loved renovation and all of those things. So I still vividly remember in Melbourne, because I was living in Melbourne at the time, you being on the block with Lysandra, and you guys were amazing, like
thank you.
Incredible. And in fact, we delivered an edible bloom to you on set, which I still remember and have a
story.
Yeah, totally. So the channel, the TV channel reached out to us and said,
cool.
We've got these really cool twins on the show and they're having a birthday. And so we did this thing. It was so exciting. My team loved it.
No, it wasn't a birthday. You know what had happened? We were so busy, and Lysandra went and got her hair cut. So she did the whole cut, and she was at the hairdressers, and then she got this like shaved part of her head, and I was like, oh my God. So she felt guilty that I had been at the site all day. So she brought back a present to say, here you go, sis, I'm sorry, but here's a present. And it was yours.
It was edible.
But you didn't know each other then?
No, we didn't know each other then.
No, we didn't.
That's amazing.
And so it's so great that we've now connected.
Yeah, how funny.
So anyway, so winning the block with your twin sister was like, that's a pretty massive achievement. And at the time it was money, it was stardom, it was all of these things. So what is it? We've just talked about one memorable experience from the show, but for you, like what was the thing that you remember most about that first experience on television?
I just remember feeling so proud that Lysandra and I had been the first women in block history. We were the only ones on our series that didn't have a trade.
Yes.
Most of them were renovators.
Great design.
We would never renovated before really. And I remember one of the contestants saying, I feel sorry for the girls. They're the only ones they're the only female team, and they don't have a trade.
They said that.
Yeah, and it got played on the series. And
they love those moments that really stick the knife in.
And I was just like, girlfriend, you don't know.
Do you know who you're up against?
Do you know who you're up against?
Hello.
And then Lysandra and I nearly won every challenge and every room. And like even the physical ones though, that was the best part. Like I remember there was this challenge of us in a big bull, and we were at the races, and we had to, it was like a horse race but in this bull. And we'd won all the challenges up to there, and I know that they're going, at least we stand a chance with this one. And we smoked them. Smoked them.
I love it. I would not want to go up against those two.
No.
So I think that was probably like just a moment where I'm like, you know what? Like Australia need to see more.
Yeah.
Like powerhouse women doing this.
Fearless,
we were tough. Like we were freaking played that game so well. And I think at that moment I was like, wow, like it's amazing what you can do together. And it just shows like if you work hard, not scared to get your hands dirty. Like we did not stop. Lysandra lost 10 kilos.
Oh.
You were already tiny anyway.
I was too tiny. Mum was so worried. She's like, I'm going to come over and get you. You need to eat. But Mum, it's not that I'm not eating. I'm like, I don't have time.
Yeah, I'm just so busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. But don't you think those comments, when you get those negative comments, it actually makes you more inspired to dig deeper?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like you find that extra
Fuels you.
reserve.
Oh, 100%. Tell me I can't do something and you wait. Like I'll fight to the death until I prove you wrong.
I absolutely love that.
And I feel like this drive of yours is innate and it wasn't something that was just born out of the block. I think you've obviously had that from the beginning. But how did the block prepare you for running a business like Alive Body?
I think the amount of pressure that you go under, that you are put under, it was the first series was 17 weeks. It's the longest series ever in block history. We had to demo 8 bathrooms and 8 bedrooms. Like that is like completely taking tiles, bath, taps, sink, bed, carpet, like in 8 rooms. So the most physically exhausting thing we've ever done. We were up until 3 o'clock every morning and then we would wake up at 6 a.m. So we had 3 hours sleep for 17 weeks. But on the last 2 nights of reveal, it was like we didn't sleep. So the pressure and like the pure exhaustion of that and just the willingness to like push through.
Yes.
I mean, that's definitely brought over to business because as we all know, business is like 99% hard.
Yeah, it's
and
wild.
That was the block. But, you know, you get that satisfaction at the end.
Yes.
So, yeah, it definitely prepared us well. If we could survive the block, really, I think we can survive anything. It's a lot different these days. They get lots of budget. They don't have the demo. They don't have but, yeah, back then it was, I still think, the hardest block. Yeah.
And look where it's taken you. It's incredible. So tell us, you've obviously got like a huge social following. People know you when you walk down the street. So how do you balance being authentic with that celebrity factor where people sort of know you wherever you go? What's it like?
It's a hard one because I'm actually quite an introvert and people don't actually think that.
No.
But I'm like, I avoid public places or I'm really shit at small talk, but I'm really genuine when I do talk to people.
Yes,
so I don't find it harder. I don't have to put on an act, but I just find it a bit awkward sometimes because they're awkward and then it makes me awkward. And I'm like, oh, like, you know, you don't want to be like, sound like you're being rude, but you're just like, what can I say? But people do come up to you and they think that they know you. And it's actually like they're all so nice. Like, but it's such a wide range of people. Like I was at Marion and this 80-year-old man in a sushi shop came up and started talking and like recognised and wanted to know. And then Lysandra and I were at the airport a couple months ago and there were these 2 young girls, they were like 16 and 18 and they came and they're like, oh, hi, Lisa and Lysandra. And we're like, you would have been 4 when we were on the block. How do you even know our name? Like, no, we remember. I used to be Alisa and she used to be Lysandra.
Oh, I love that.
And then we have this other lady come up saying, I named my cats after you. One's Alisa and one's Lysandra.
That's great.
And then you just like, it's so incredible. And then you
love it.
Yeah. And then you have like, you go to trade shows and like design trade shows and people come up to you and they say, you guys are responsible for the career change that I took. And,
That's
you know,
awesome.
and you don't like,
that's
especially after that trade show, there was all industry experts there and students. And like, you look at like we looked at each other and we were like, this is crazy. Like you don't actually think you're having as much impact as you think you are.
Yeah.
But it was really nice as well because sometimes you're like, why are we doing, you know, like no one wants to hear from us. We're boring. Like, you know.
It's nice to know.
It's nice to know you do because we're not naturally, I don't like being in front of the camera. I don't.
You do a really good job of it.
Everyone says that too. Like Lysandra and I literally like turn it on authentically, but it's not something that And I'm so busy. Like
Yes.
I'm exhausted. I don't have time for it, but then I understand it's important as well.
Yes.
So,
Well, you're very good at it.
oh, thanks.
And you and Lysandra are really a powerhouse duo. What makes your partnership work so well in business?
Well, it hasn't always been that way. Like we've definitely found our feet the older we're getting, and it's like probably the best it's been. I think like with any sisters, you fight. And like if you actually watch the blog, we fought all the time.
Yeah, because you are sisters and,
we're sisters
and
and
it can
we're
be
both
brutal, right?
100%. And we're
Like
both
between-
strong-headed,
Yeah.
you know? But I think now what we've found our strength, and she knows what I'm good at and I know what she's good at, and we need to divide and conquer and come together. And I think as you get older as well, you probably grow a little bit more respect for each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a fine balance. I mean, any family business, and you're so in the thick of it. I think you both manage it well.
Yeah.
To still be friends through it all,
and live next door to each other.
Yeah.
We're going to shift to some bold career moves and leadership. And what our listeners also need to know that Alisa actually is married. You've got 2 boys.
Mhm.
So this is the busyness where you're saying you're exhausted all the time. It's not just all the other stuff. There's other things going on. But one of the favourite things that I love about your story is how the idea of al.ive came to you. And I just think it's quite magical. So I'd love you to share that with our listeners today.
Yeah, it came from Lysandra and I bought a property in Albert Park in Melbourne, and we were kind of thinking maybe we go into property development, start designing for ourselves.
Yeah, as you would.
Do less with clients. And we ended up building in a heritage overlay, the holding costs for 2 years. We bought at peak, then the market crashed, and we actually lost money on that property.
Yeah.
But everything happens for a reason. And it was a really hard time when you put that much into it and you lose, a couple of $100,000
like
as well. It wasn't. And it was like, well,
and all
we're
the effort
definitely not doing that now.
Yeah.
And I mean, it allowed us to show our design skills, and we got partnerships from it and more work from it. So it wasn't a complete waste. It was just like gut-wrenching to go, oh my God, sorry, husband, we've just invested all this money and I didn't pull it off. And then never one to take probably more than 10 minutes to dwell on something. I'm like, all right, what's next? Like something's something. And then we got home and it hit me, and I was like, I said to Lysandra, you know what? We should design a designer range with like palm olive or something, because how hard was it for us to find something in Melbourne to style the bathrooms? And she said, oh, what do you mean? Like, that's ridiculous. It's a saturated market. And I was like, okay, that's the perfect thing you could have said to someone like me.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't do it.
Fuel to the fire.
Okay, bitch. No. I'm going underground for 6 months. And so I was like, okay, I'm doing this. And so I went underground for 6 months. I didn't tell her what I was doing. And I sent 2 million emails. I lived and breathed how to manufacture, how to create a bottle, what's required, and then came up with the name. Like the day after I kind of thought about it, we were at the beach with the boys, and I was just writing name in the sand, and I was like, oh, how does it stand for Alisa and Lysandra without it being obvious? How do we want people to feel when they use our product? And how do we give back to something? I was like, all right, how can we help keep the planet alive? How can we make people feel alive? So I started with the A and the L. And then from there, it was just like,
Yeah.
This is it. I was like, all right, kids, in the car, we're going home. And then by that night, I literally sent my vision to a graphic designer that we're working with. She sent it back, and I'm like, that's it. Didn't change it once.
That's incredible.
Yep. And then so I built on that, created a vision board, got all my ducks in a row, presented it to Lysandra, and she was like, oh my God, I love it. I can see exactly where you're going with it. And she's like, I'm in. And then she sold a house to fund it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, these are the big skin in the game stakes that people don't realise.
Yeah.
They look at the shiny success and think it's a straight line up. But that is massive. There's, like you said, there's no guarantee. You'd just done that other project. It hadn't worked financially. Like, that's such a fearless move. And I think it's really great for people to understand that.
Yeah, 100%. They think, oh, you won the block, you just using that money, or you got given
money
to a
tree
because
out
that
of that.
lasts forever.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, like, I had to split it with Lysandra, let's face it, as well. But I think just on that as well, like she lived in a back of her friend's house in a shitty unit, granny flat, for 2 years, and then in another even shitter granny flat unit for another 2 years after that, like until we built our homes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the stuff that people don't see.
No.
They walk into your house and they see the car that you drive and they're like, oh my God, I'm just going to own my own business, or I'm going to, and it's like,
I'm going to go on the block.
Yeah, I'm going to go on the block.
Yeah. This is a long, long road, like really from the beginning to that to now. Is that what type of?
It's 14 years.
Yeah, it's a long time.
You know, that overnight success story?
That's right. Yeah.
We know all about that.
Yeah. Your brand spans hand, body, home, hair, baby, kitchen, and skincare now. How do you decide which new products to create?
So I think as the business matures, you'll also start setting a few more, I don't know, processes around how you decide things, right? And at the beginning, when there is a category to expand, it's easy, right?
Yes.
Like, oh, well, of course we need to do this. Now we're at that stage where I'm like, I'm really happy with where we're sitting category-wise. Now it's just all about that SKU rationalisation and really understanding why that product exists and where it plays a part and role within the overall business, but also like the profitability. Is it supporting another product or you bring something in, what is moving out? So it's understanding what each, which we're just actually going through at the moment. Like we're going through a lot of change now because we've gone from that startup to that scale up. And with that comes a whole new process. It's almost like if we now want to grow from, that from here to here, it's a completely different business. And where we're at in business is, I think a lot of businesses potentially go backwards at this point because it requires different org structure. It requires different processes. It requires different systems. Yeah. So where we're going is really exciting. And it's about bringing people in as well that have been there and done that and more experience into the business.
Well, listening to you, I think part of your genius is actually recognising those turning points and consciously choosing to be different, which is a skill in itself, and it's quite rare to see. So, and I have every confidence you will go from here to the next scale. So, it's exciting.
Yeah.
And with your popularity with the brand of al.ive, but also obviously being on TV, you've got a big social media following, and there's some good and bad parts of social media. You get great compliments, but you also get people who are quite critical. How do you deal with those criticisms, and do you listen to them or do you use it to be better? Like how do you deal with it?
Personally or as a brand, the brand of al.ive?
I'm happy to look at either, to be honest. Like which one bothers you the most? If
anyone, like it's more the brand, like it's more al.ive.
See,
like if somebody,
oh really?
Oh, 100%.
This is so tough. I love it.
100%. I don't care what people say about me. I don't care.
That's so
I know who I am. But I'm so defensive, protective or passionate that I want to make sure that everybody has such an amazing experience with the brand. And you're a product-based business. Things happen in manufacturing.
Yes.
Things happen with, faults that can't be helped. And sometimes you're not even aware of them until it goes to market. So
someone packs it not in the perfect way, or
it keeps me up at night. That's the kind of thing that keeps me up. And when you see a comment going like, oh, I thought that this was going to be, and I'm like, no, it is. Please reach out to the customer service team. We will 100% fix it. You need to let us know. And thank you for letting us know. Yeah. That keeps me up more. But I guess when we were on the block, we were all new to it. And people, like the trolls, especially on Facebook, oh my God, like the keyboard warriors.
There's a lot less filters back then too. I feel like it's actually improved.
Yeah,
people are much more aware.
But not only that, also Channel 9 and the block now put in protections, like you can't comment on certain posts.
Yes,
and you can't.
Yes.
Whereas back before, it was almost like just
Open
this
slather.
free-for-all.
Yeah.
And
It was brutal.
it was so brutal. And I think I had never experienced anxiety in my life, ever. Didn't even know what anxiety was until we were on the block and it went to air. And it was the most awful experience I have ever felt. Like, to the point where it was like so bad, where it was like you're walking through the forest and you're like, I could just disappear and no one would. Like, that's how bad it got. Yeah, because there was no prep, like nothing can prepare you for that.
No.
And you can have 1,000 good comments,
Yeah.
but then you can have like 5 bad ones and you're just like, you're thrown into it and you feel like.
And you're human.
You're human.
You're
and
not
it's like,
just,
well, you don't know me. Like,
yeah.
you weren't living on no food and 3 hours sleep a day for 17 weeks. Like, no one acts like themselves when they're tired and moody and stressed and living on away from their family and there's so much at stake and like, so like, but now, like that was kind of, you know, the trolls come out during the show, but now it's just like, we've got the most amazing community.
Yeah.
That we get like DMs all the time from like people that, you know, want to engage and feel like they know you.
Actually, how do you keep up with that? 'Cause that's
it's
enormous.
a lot.
Yeah, because we know you're both
huge.
across it.
Yeah, and we comment on everything and it's really important to
really
us.
do.
So we divide and conquer. Lysandra, bless her, does most of it now because it is a lot.
Yeah, it's a
couple
full-time
hours
job.
a day, like just making sure. We don't post as much as we should, but it's all about time and you can't do everything at once. So it's just, it's a juggle. But it's certainly beautiful now, but it wasn't at the beginning. It was hell.
It would have been. You survived.
Mm-hmm.
And Alisa, you lead a large team now.
Mm-hmm.
What's your approach to creating a culture that mirrors the values of your brand?
That's a hard one because it's such a evolving process and it always changes. And as you grow, you get different people in and you need different experiences. And I think when you hire that many people as well, you're not always going to get it right.
No.
And you always know, like, when the team feels amazing and, like, it could be one or two, you know.
You only need one bad one.
You need one bad one that just throws everything.
Yeah.
And then the bigger you get, the harder it is to, like, you know, 1 month you might go, oh, my God, it's amazing. And then you hire another one and it's like, oh, something doesn't feel right. But I think the thing is I'm getting better at setting kind of expectations around, like, everyone knows my expectations. And I think the bigger the business grows, you need to lift those people around you, especially management, and expect more from them. And it needs to also get pushed down from them down to the team as well. So it's not just up to me because you can't. You guys would know as owners and CEOs, it's everything is on you. And it's like, guys, if I forget something, it's because I've got a million other things in my head. Yeah. You are the part of the leadership team. It's your job to also uphold and create a good culture. But that's an ongoing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it is. You can create an environment and you can always improve and listen and have feedback and
and you're very driven, obviously, but also I know you're very intuitive and really spiritual, and that's probably a side that people don't know of. And I wonder how much of that you bring into managing people. I know as a friend, you're extremely intuitive, like pick up on things about your friends that we don't even know we're thinking. Do you tap into that in the hectic 100%. Management of But
I also think that that's a good and a bad thing because I take on everybody's energy. So if I feel a heaviness or I feel something's not right, they think they're hiding it, but they're not. Like, I can pick up on everything.
Yes.
So
she can.
I
know.
Yeah, I know. I said it to you one day. I was like, what's up? I know something. And you're like, what? I'm like, don't lie to me. I can tell.
And I was like, I'm fine.
I'm hiding.
Oh my God, how did you know? I was like, because I carry people's emotions, and I have to get a little bit better at that as well, because it gets heavy. So now I'm removing myself a little bit more. I work from home 2 days a week. I need that time just to get the space.
Yeah, I think that balance is excellent
too. We all do it too. It's brilliant.
So looking back on your journey, I'd love you to just reflect on a really great piece of advice you were given and who gave that to you.
One was Shelley from the block. She said, 50% of the people like you, 50% of the people won't. So just be yourself. And another one is probably who, not how. And I think in business, well, I know I'm not normal, and I like to kind of know everything and think I can take everything on, and especially at the beginning when you're starting up and you don't have all the cash to splash, but I get caught up in the detail of things and quite confused. My brain just doesn't get some things, and I can spend far too long on them. So getting people around you that can come in and like be the expert in that space and go, why am I wasting my brain space on this? My time is far too valuable.
Yeah.
Get those people in that have been there, done that before.
That's a very clever way to do it.
And
focus on your genius.
Focus on, but learn from them. Like pick it up, it, and you surround yourself with those kind of people, but then you also start to learn from that as well. Like I've got a consultant in the business at the moment and she's bloody amazing. And I'm like, already after 3 weeks of working with her, I'm like, I have learned so much from you. And your mind opens. Like it's almost like once you get good at something and then someone says something and it opens a different part of the brain and you're like, oh my God, I'm actually learning so much.
But learning feels so good too,
doesn't
it?
Yeah. And it's empowering because it's knowledge and it's power, you know, and you understand, and then you can also support your team better.
Yes.
But then you can also not have the wool pulled over your eyes as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you know.
There's plenty of that.
100%.
Yeah. And who do you look to for guidance and inspiration?
Well, definitely this new consultant is like a go-to, and I've got a couple of other consultants in the business who specialise in different spaces. But look, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to a lot of ebooks, and I've learned to actually not listen to everybody.
Yeah.
Because some of the people that give you advice are good at talking, but they've never run a...
Actually, a lot of them are. I find a lot of
the
people
actions
who give
don't
the
match the
advice
words.
haven't actually done it.
They haven't. They haven't.
Well,
so they're trying to say, you need to be doing this. And it's like, have you run a $30 million business before? No, you haven't. You know, and we want to get over here.
Yeah.
So I think that is the hardest part of when you're learning and starting out, not to listen to everyone because they can send you down a road that is like,
that's not relevant to
and
you,
you've got to listen to your gut as well.
That's very good advice.
You know, you just have to, because half the people, 99% of the people that you are talking to or getting advice from have not done what you have done. They've gone to uni and they've learned how to, but they haven't done it. Or if they,
or they haven't put their own house on the line.
No, they haven't put their house. They don't understand. It's not their risk. It's not their money. It's not their. So it's very easy for people to give advice when they haven't done it before. So I think that is definitely, depending on, everyone's at different stages of business. So you're going to need different advice over here, different advice here. And I think that's what I've been really good at, is working with people when I'm at different stages and going, I've absorbed everything that I need to from you.
Yes.
Now I need to go over here and learn more from here. Now I understand that.
Yeah.
I need to find somebody that has taken a business from here to here.
Yeah, that's who I need.
And that's who I need.
Yeah. So you're running the due diligence on them before you're committing.
100%.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Before we finish today, Alisa, if you could leave one fearless truth for someone chasing big dreams in business or in life, what would it be?
You have to be extremely passionate about what you're doing. It's 99% hard. It's 99% rewarding. And it is going to take years and years and years and sleepless nights. So do not enter into something thinking, I'm just going to make money. I'm going to work for myself. I'm going to create my dream life. I'm going to pick the kids up and I'm going to do this. And if you want to, like, everybody has different dreams and goals, but if you're really driven and motivated and you want to take on the world, do not do it because you think that there's a paycheck 2 years down the road. You're not getting decent money for 5 years.
Yeah.
You're not, you're the last one to get paid.
Yeah.
You're
First one
and
to
then
put all
even
the
when
money
you are
in.
turning however much, you don't have that much money in the bank.
Yeah.
Your business is still
that
like
is such a
misconception.
preconception.
100%. Like you've got millions of dollars worth of stock in the warehouse.
Yeah.
Like
I love
it's
the
not in
keeping
the
it
bank.
real with Alisa.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
No, it's true.
Like it's not.
true.
People go, oh my God.
And people
this
don't
is-
talk about it. I think this is what's so great about this interview is that people don't mention those things, but it is a reality for every business.
100%. And
Yeah.
even now with the turnover that we're doing, there's still no money in the
Higher
bank
stakes.
because you are literally constantly
Reinvesting.
Yeah.
reinvesting into stock, and then you've got all your cash sitting in a warehouse because now you want to expand internationally, or you want to go to New Zealand, or you're launching a new collection,
Yeah.
and now I've got to stock up on product there
Yeah.
to send it over to a year.
Yeah.
Like, it takes like 2 years to bring a product to market. So you've got to pay for that
Yeah.
entire
Yeah.
journey
Yeah.
up front. So that's another thing. Like, please, please, please do not think that you're going to,
Yeah, that it's easy.
that it's easy and that you're going to live the high life for
Yeah.
a long time, because you're not. You'll get fed last. But it's really good.
On that positive note.
It'll be a yummy meal.
It's really good. But you know what? If you're passionate and you are willing to work hard and you understand those really hard times are coming, go for it, because the satisfaction that you get from creating a business, as you ladies would know, nothing can beat it.
Yes.
Like, it's amazing, and you get to work with so many amazing people and bring the whole team along for the ride, and also the experience that they learn from being in the business. Like, you're giving them an opportunity as well,
Yes.
and that's special. Like, I think there's so many special parts about it.
Yes.
But the advice is exactly that.
Yeah.
Don't think it's going to be easy. Be prepared to put in the hard work,
Yes.
and otherwise don't start.
Yeah.
But you get to choose. I think that's the thing that I'm taking away from what you're saying. The power is with you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the benefit of starting your own business and following your dreams.
Yeah.
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 Ain't nobody can tell you what to do.
I love it.
Never work for anybody again.
I cannot imagine you
No.
being an employee,
Can
to be
you
honest.
imagine me?
No, I wouldn't employ you. How's
I'd
that?
be a bloody good employee though.
You would.
You
You'd
would
be so
actually.
hardworking.
You would be
and so
very, but you wouldn't be
OCD.
there for very long. Because then you'd be off on your next adventure. So thank you so much for your time today. That's been
Yes.
absolutely
Thanks,
awesome.
Alisa.
Love you guys.
We love
Yeah, we
spending
love
time with you.
Yeah, you're just incredible.
Thank you.
Congratulations on a really amazing brand too.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alisa.
Thank you so much. It would mean the world to us if you would review us, follow us, and then we can bring more fearless females onto this podcast. What do you think, Hannah?
Absolutely. We have poured a lot of energy and love into this, and the more we can get this out there, we need your help. So please share it with your friends. Help us amplify this brilliant podcast, and then we can bring you another series.